These are the ongoing video logs chronicling the adventures of the starship pilot Sir Livingston. Welcome to Explorer's Log.
Hey there, my name's Johnny Pugh, in-game character name Sir Livingston, and today I'm going to show you what the probing experience on CC is currently like, and what you might expect the probing experience to be like come June 4th with Odyssey. This is the Tech 1 exploration frigate called the Probe. It's a Mimitar, and this is the fit I put together. It's rather simple. I'll just go through it very quickly for you. It's a cloaking device, core probe launcher, salvager, that's my high slots, mid slots, afterburner, relic analyzer, data analyzer, scan range finding array, low slots, drone damage amp, and armor repair module. And for my rigs I have 2 gravity capacitor upgrades to increase probe strength. And for my drone bay I have 7 Hobgoblin 2s. This fit can run mini profession sites in low sec and high sec. Right? Very simple fit, pretty cheap, and it's effective. You know, it's only about 20 million. You might consider that cheap for some people, but for some people that's pretty expensive. For a real rookie, might be expensive, but this fit is solid, it works, it's functional. And let's get started. So, the probing experience, step by step. You're most likely docked in a station, so go ahead and undock with your full fit ship. And here we go. This is the undocking experience as it is on the CC. It's different than what's on TQ right now. And here we are. Immediately as you undock, the sensor overlay will do a scan and it will tell you if there are any signatures in the solar system. It'll also tell you if there are any anomalies. So you need to go down here on your window, you want to uncheck anomalies and make sure it's only showing signatures. So since the system has no signatures, we're going to jump over to this solar system and check that solar system. Remember, every single time you enter a solar system or undock, it'll do a scan, your sensor overlay, and it will pick up immediately if there are any signatures or anomalies in the system. Immediately. It's pretty cool, and it's an infinite range. Well, I shouldn't say infinite. People will get very technical. Like, the solar system is only so big, you know? It's not infinite. If it was infinite, you could see the entire universe, right? Okay, we're jumping into Valyria, and in this solar system, I believe there should be some signatures. Yep, we got 4 signatures. So you've just jumped into a solar system. Your system scan does a scan of the system, and it finds cosmic signatures for you, 4 of them. So you can either choose to drop your probes at the Stargate or warp to a celestial or a safe spot. I recommend, if you haven't been to the system before, to make a new safe spot, but for this demonstration I'm just going to warp to a random celestial object at range and immediately drop probes as I warp. That way I get off grid and I drop my probes. And I'm going to go ahead and enter into my map mode. So I got my probes out. I know there are 4 signatures in system, and I'm going to go ahead and open up my star map. This star map view opens up my solar system view, so I can immediately start probing. Go ahead and zoom out. And my probes have defaulted to 32 AU. That's okay. And since all the signatures are showing up around this sun over here, I'm going to go ahead and go right into pinpoint mode. So I could go into spread mode or pinpoint mode. What I want to do, spread mode is for finding signatures, their general location. But since we know their general location already, and since the solar system is pretty tight, we can immediately go into pinpoint mode. Okay, so I'm going to change my size. Change the size of my probes. You just got to click and drag. Click and drag. There's no extra buttons, just clicking and dragging. Do my first initial probe scan. Let's see where I am on my warp. Once you warp to your celestial, you want to make sure you cloak up. That's what your cloak's for your own protection. So you cloak back up and get this probing. So as you can see, we have 4 signatures, and all of them are in the red. That means they are still only being labeled as cosmic signatures. They won't actually show their type, their group, until we get into the orange, or like moderate signal strength. So go ahead and tighten up the probes again. Get a better view on these signatures and see if we can get a better readout of what we're looking for here. If we do find any wormholes, we're going to go ahead and ignore the wormholes because we are probing for mini profession sites and maybe combat sites. Okay, that's a combat site. We'll go ahead and try and pinpoint this one down. We're readjusting. I'm always trying to recenter the actual signature in the center of my pinpoint formation. I wonder how fast it'll take me to probe down these 4 signatures. Alright, we're getting closer to the end of this site. Getting closer to 100%. Remember, after every single scan, if you have an improvement to your scan than in previous, you want to tighten up the range on your probes and do another scan. Okay, looks like we got a drone asteroid infestation, classic site for low-sec. That's a 3 out of 10 rated drone site. Now, what I did right there was, as soon as it turned green, I right-clicked inside here and saved location. Right? You can do that and put it in your personal locations up here. It'll go send it right to your personal locations, or you can warp directly to it by clicking this button down here, warp to. But if you're not wanting to immediately warp to this site and you want to keep probing, don't warp to it, just save it for later. And since we don't see any more signatures on the scan, we got to increase our range to pick up the previous signatures again and scan a second time after that. Now, as for anything that in EVE Online, it takes practice to become proficient at it. It really does. Okay, we got the next signature strength is 17.8%. We're going to recenter our probes on top of it and probe again. Now, you can skip steps if you want to, but if you never want to miss a signature, like shrink your probes too soon to a too short, then you might lose. Okay, that's a wormhole. I'm going to ignore the wormhole site. Don't really care for wormholes. Okay. Shrinking probes, recentering, resizing. I always try to make sure the signature is near the center of the probe formation. That way I get the best readout possible. Okay, it's another wormhole. Well, we're going to go ahead and scan this one down just for the sake of showing you more, giving you more time viewing how I'm probing here. It usually goes like this. It's you analyze. If it's a better signature strength you picked up, then you change, you resize it, you reposition it, and you scan again. Yeah, it's an unstable wormhole. Let's save it for later. And since the third, we only have one more signature in the system that we want to scan. It's not on my scan window right now, so I got to increase my probe size again to pick it back up. Unless you're very good with remembering its previous position, then you can tighten it up exactly at what celestial object you saw it nearest. But if you don't, then don't worry about it. Just resize your probes, get back up to like 16 AU, whatever range covers the majority of that area it was in, then you can pick it back up, no problem. There it is, 2.1%. Go ahead, shrink our probe size again, recenter. That's what I usually do. I shrink, I recenter, and then I analyze again. And this is what you can expect it to be like in Odyssey. This is with the Tech 1 Exploration Frigate. Of course, you can probe faster using a covert ops ship because it has better bonuses, but the Tech 1 Exploration Frigates actually have a virus bonus, so it's better for the relic and data sites. I'm going to resize, reposition, and scan again. I do like not having to use Shift and Alt like before. I would have to use my hands, resize, reposition, and probe, scan again, analyze again. I would always have to use Alt and Shift in a funny way with my hands in probing, and it might cause a little bit of hand cramping if I do it for too long. This is a tough site. Now, there comes a point where some ships you just have to have max skills to probe down some sites because the ship's not properly bonused. I do have Mimitar Ship 5, Mimitar Frigate 5, so I do have max skills, but some sites are extremely low signature band, and they're difficult to find to get 100%. Keep resizing, reposition, center it back up, and probe again. Let's see if we can actually get this. 26, so it's a gas site, 26.8%. Gas sites. First time I found a gas site on CC so far. I've been probing for days, and this is the first one I found. Okay, resize, reposition, recenter. Okay. I'm down to 0.5. I think I only have one more left to go. Okay, we got 62.8%. I think, yep, we're definitely going to get this site 100% hit today. Resize, reposition, recenter. If you can keep that in mind, resize, reposition, recenter, if that makes sense to you. That always makes sense to me, so that's how I probe. Resize, reposition, recenter, analyze. And we have it, 100%. This is called, Core Runner Drop Distribution. That sounds like a combat LiDAR. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out later. I haven't done a combat LiDAR site in, God, months. Alright. Well, as for the demonstration, it's over. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a brief demonstration of what you might expect the probing experience to be like come June 4th with Odyssey. And I hope you appreciated it. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.